Welcome to Lavel Claytor's Projects with a Purpose. I would like to share a homework calendar that I found on Microsoft's website. I will leave the link below. And what I'd like to do is show you how to find it, how to download it, and then also different ways to use it. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I would like to do is show you where to find the homework tracker. So if you go to Google and type in homework calendar template for Excel, if you look down here, you're going to see templates.office.com. And when you click on the link, what it's going to do is going to take you to Microsoft, and it's going to show you the image, and all you're going to do is click the download, and what it will do is download it to your computer. But what you're going to notice, if you look down here on the bottom left side of the screen, you're going to notice that it has this weird naming. So when you click on it, this is what it actually shows up as, and it gives you some generic information in the first tab, which is your homework list. And then over here on the right is your homework calendar, and then all of the items that were listed in the homework tracker. If you notice, it says December 2016, and over here on the right where it says December 16, and when I click on the homework list tab, it's showing you that this is the information related to December 2016. So this is the area where you would actually go in and make your changes to however you want the information to be displayed. So when you download it, you may get this warning that says, protected view. So all you're going to do is click on edit, enable edit, and then you want to do is save it under a name that's going to make sense to you. So you will click on your file tab. Once you click on the file tab, it's going to take you to your backstage view, and you can click on save as because it already has a name. Once you click on save as over here, and let me click on this, you can go ahead and change the name of this particular workbook, and it's going to tell you it's going to save it in the downloads folder, but you can pick and choose where you want to save it. So I'm going to call this one bills, and then over here to the right you're going to go ahead and click save. And one of the reasons why you want to do it this way is that you still have that original, which is here. I'm sorry, I did that very quickly. I clicked on home, and then you're going to notice that this is the original that downloaded, and then this is I renamed it to bills. And the great thing about this is you can go back to this one and click on it, and you still have that original, and then you can go to file and save as, and then give it a different name, so depending on what you are trying to accomplish. So I'm going to go ahead in the upper right corner, click close. And I'm actually going to close this one as well. And I'm just going to do it, don't save. Okay, so here is a couple samples of what I've used it for. So this one is a summer bridge book that I use for my grandson. And over here on the bottom left, you're going to see it says homework list. And then what I did is I put the dates in over here. And then I picked what part of the book that I wanted him to work on. And then in the column D, what I did, I put the name of the page with the page number. Now, when I click on, and this is June 2020, and this is June 2022. Now, when at the bottom of my screen to the left, if you click on the homework calendar, and I'm just going to scroll up a little bit. Now over here on the right, it says July. Now, when I click inside that cell, I can type June and press my enter key. And then I see these are the activities that he's going to work on. Now let me do a side by side so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So if you ever are in Excel and you want to do a side-by-side of the same workbook, you would go to your View tab at the top of your screen, and then over here to the right to your window group, and you would click on New Window. Now, once you click on New Window, you may say, Lavel, it doesn't look like anything changed, but you have to do one more step. You're going to go back to your View tab, and then over here to the right to your window group, you're going to click on Arrange All. And then what we want to do from the dialog box that opened up, I'm going to do vertical because I want it vertically side by side. And when I click OK, I'm sorry, I have a lot of other things open. Let me minimize. Which one is this one? That one, that one. I'm going to minimize this one, and I'm going to minimize that one. Okay, so now we have the Summer Bridge book. And see how it says a 2 over here? And then over here to the right, there's not a number. So this is the original. And then this is your visual copy of it. So the keyword is visual. So on this one, on the bottom left side of your screen, I'm going to click on Homework List. So now, and then over here on the right, I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller so that we can kind of see the changes as I make them. Let me scroll and then make it just a little bit bigger. So I want to make sure that you can see the changes that I'm making. Okay, Monday through Friday. Okay, perfect. Okay, now when we look at, this is June 6th, right? So on June 6th, it says he has math, and then it says problem solving page 3. Now see how it shows it here? Now if I click here where it says math and say I type in apple, when I press my enter key, see how it changes it over here? So this is, it's broken up into sections. So your date, in your date is going to be here on this part. Your class is going to be the first item, and then you're going to see your colon. Then your assignment is going to be what comes after that. So let me go ahead and click back in C4. I'm going to type math and put that back, and then press my enter key and see how it changes it here. Now, say for some reason I want to clear this. I don't want this anymore. Over here on the left side of your screen, I'm going to select row 4 through, I'm just going to do the whole month. I'm just going to select that. And then once I select it, I'm going to right click on the row header and I'm going to press delete. See how it changes over here? There's nothing in here for June. When I scroll up, and let me move over just a little bit. See, it's looking at June. There's nothing in the homework list for June. When I type July, see how it brings you all the information for July. So I think this is just like a really great calendar for you to be able to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click the X to close. And then see how it doesn't tell you to save it because it was I only closed the mirror. And let me go ahead and close this one because we don't need this anymore. And I will leave the link in the bottom for you to click on. Now, I'm going to go ahead and close this one, and I'm going to do a don't save because I want to use this later when I want to do his bridge book for next year. All right, now the next way that I've used it for calculating bills. So in my bills, what I did is I put the date for the bill, when is it due. Then I put the name of the bill that I'll be paying, and then what the price is that I will be paying. Now, when you look at this, I'm looking at each month of either when I get paid, and this is all fictitious information. So here are my pay dates, and then here are the bills that I have to pay. Now, when I click on the tab below, and I click on calendar, I can now see all the dates for, this is May. And so when I'm looking at May, I'm going to scroll down, and I noticed that I made a mistake here. I put AAA membership in twice. So I need to fix that. So I have to remember this is May 18th. So when I click on the tab at the bottom left, where it says bills. And you can rename this, just double click and type whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So let me put that back for bills. 1 second, let me just fix that. Which we were working with May, right? So here I see right here, May, I have it in twice, right? All I have to do is right click on the header, the row header, and then click delete. And then now it should only show up once on the calendar. So I'm going to click on the tab that says calendar and see how it only shows up once. So this is one of the things that I've played around with. I actually have an original one that I use to calculate, you know, my bills. But one of the things I want to show you also, when you click on the first tab, and this is your list, right? So say for some reason you don't want to click in the calendar and find information, you can actually, in your due date, see how you have this little arrow, this little button here. You're going to click on it once, and then say I only want to look at March. All I'm going to do is take the check mark out of select all, and I'm going to click on March. And then I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and see how it only shows me March's information. And then what I'm going to do is I need to clear the filter. So this is your filter. I'm going to click on the filter. I'm going to click on select all to bring everything back, and then I'm going to click OK. So this is just another way of finding information. And the thing that I love about it is I can put the whole year in here, and it's fine. Now, what if I want to look at all my Netflix payments, right? So in the second, let me go back up in column C, right here where it says class, you have your filter button. I'm going to click on it once. And what I can do is click in the box that says search and type Netflix. And then I don't have to spell it all the way out because it shows right here. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And see how it shows me all of my payments from March all the way to December. And then what I'm going to do is click back on my filter button. I'm going to click back on select all, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And as I stated, you can change all of this information. So this is another way to be able to use this particular calendar. All right, let me go ahead and close this one. I'm not going to save the changes. I'm so glad that you stayed with me to the end of this video. This is the one that I used quite some time ago. And so I have my calendar of all the events, right? Here's all of the events for the School to Career program, where I was the career placement specialist, and I certified students in their Microsoft Office training. So, and I know this is an old one, but I haven't been there in quite a few years. So I'm looking at September of 2017, and these are the items that are listed for that particular month. Now, if you notice, I have all these additional tabs, and I click on September, and let me make this a little bit bigger. So I did a few things with this. I changed it to kind of work differently. So I have the logo, I have the name of the book of the month, and then also when you scroll down, it shows you all of the meetings, all of the events that are going on for that particular month, as far as, and I kind of covered it with the image. So it's September 2017. So I'm going to put that back so the students don't see this. So when I print it, when I do Control P, so this is what it prints like. And then I print it and we post it, or we give it out to the students, or we turn it into a PDF and then we send it out to our parents. Because if you notice, on the 6th for the next month, we have the potluck parent meeting. So let me go ahead and click the back button in the upper left corner. So what I did, I added a couple extra things. And if you want to learn how to do this, let me know. If you know, I'd like to know how many people are interested in learning how to convert the original to something like this. So what I did, I created these drop-down menus for controls. So these are all the different types of events that we would have. And then this is the description of all the different events. And here's how it works. When I click on the enter dates and events, so when I click on, say I'm doing September, and I click here, you see how you get the little down arrow? What it's going to do is I'm going to click the down arrow, and it's going to give me a list of all the different options that I had in the drop down list controller. And let me do a side by side so you can see what I mean. So I'm in my view tab, in my window group, I'm going to go ahead and click on new window. I'm going to go back to my view tab, and I'm going to go to my window group and click on arrange all. And I'm going to make sure it's vertical because that's the way I like to see mine, vertically. So, and let me go to the controller. So here's the controller. If you notice over here on the right side of your screen, when I click here and I click the down arrow, if I scroll up, you're going to notice that I have like PPS closed. So PPS closed. The next one should be report cards, and then parent meeting, and then field trip. And then I don't have to retype this, or if somebody else is entering my data, everything is going to be consistent all the way through the calendar. So we want it to be consistent. PPS closed will always be PPS closed. And I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so that's Pittsburgh Public Schools. And like I said, this was really great for us. And then over here on in column D, when I click the down arrow, these are all the descriptions of the events. So if I'm doing a Microsoft Online certification section, so then the students know what activities are going on, and everything is consistent. So some of these are some speakers that came in for some of our events. But the cool thing about it is that I have that drop down menu. So in column D, my information will always be consistent. I just click the down arrow, choose whichever option I want, and then that is consistent there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this. All right, so let me get back to the original item that we were talking about. So let me go back to Excel, and the one that we created originally. So we created one that was called bills. So all you're going to do is in the homework list, you're going to click underneath the first option, and they do not have to be in calendar order. You can just put them in based, and it'll automatically pull it. It knows where to put everything. So say I'm working with, what is this? This is, I'll do my first one, which is August 16, let me go back, 16, 2022. And then say for this one, I want to do, it'll be my videos. And then I'll just say record homework calendar, and I'll just abbreviate it. So now when I go to my tab that says homework calendar, and when I scroll down, let me see, where did it go? Am I in the right month? August. My day is wrong. That's why it didn't show up. There we go. All right, so the 16th. So on the 16th, see how it says videos, and I have record homework cal. And then, like I said, it's very easy to use. You can just click on the dates, put your dates in, put your categories in, and then put your description. Now, the blessing of this is that you can create this for your whole year. The disadvantage of this is I believe you can only get, and let me look and see, I think you can only get 4. Wait, let me do that down and then copy down. I think you can only get 4 items on one day. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's as many as you can get on one day. So you want to be very strategic on how you put your information together. So if I were to add 816 202, when you go back, it's not going to show up. So there's only 4. So that's the disadvantage of it, is that you can only put 4 items on each day. But the advantage of it is that you can build out your whole calendar for the year with just this one homework tracker. So anyway, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. And if anybody's interested in creating the one that I did for S2C, and I don't want to update that. So I'll show you how to put some links in, show you how to build the drop down controllers, how to add the drop down menus, and show you how to build these out so that you have more than just one. You can see every single month for your year. If anyone is interested, please inbox me. Have an amazing day.